Hi, I'm Gabriel McIntosh, Director of Digital Marketing at CGS and your host of this episode of The Thread. I'm here with Stephen Petruk, President, Global Outsourcing Division. Over the past several weeks, CGS call centers around the world have rapidly moved to a work-from-home model in an effort to slow the global pandemic. Today, we're going to talk to Steve about his experience working from home. Hi, Steve. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, Gabriel. Thank you.
It seems like CGS was ahead of the industry in how soon and how fast we're able to transition thousands of employees to work from home. Who is involved in creating CGS's preparedness plans, and how did they decide what to activate and when?
So, as you can imagine, as a trusted advisor for our many valued clients, if they rely on us to have a solid business continuity plan in the event that something extraordinary happens. And I think we would all agree that what is happening today with the pandemic is certainly extraordinary, and the impact to all of us around the world is something that will define a new normal if and when we get through this in the near future. Let's hope. So to that vein, we had documented solid business continuity plans that we made a joint decision around the world to implement. And as you can imagine, if with 6,000 plus employees around the world, it's not a small undertaking. It involved the participation and hard work of our IT team, of HR, of legal in some cases, our security team, to ensure that what we implemented outside of the office was as solid and secure and productive as it was within the brick and mortar solution. I like to say we moved our brick and mortar solution from into 6,000 brick and mortar solutions.
It sounds like we had this ready to go. I mean, despite all of the work, it sounds like it was the plan was just had to be implemented. So that sounds great.
Yes, one clarity there. We did have it in place, but the biggest difference is we never envisioned you'd have to implement it around the world at the same time.
Yeah,
basically all at the same time.
yeah, that's a tremendous Herculean task. What's one piece of advice you have for other leaders who are shifting to remote offices during this time?
So I used to work for a guy who had this saying that I can't believe I'm going to actually use it, but he had this saying, plan your work and work your plan. And the one word advice I would tell everybody around the world is don't start until you have your work planned, because there's no way you can anticipate all the little hiccups and speed bumps that will get in your way as you're moving people home. With regards to technology move, potential security issues, making sure people have the right environment to work from home. So make sure you have a documented plan going into it, review it, make sure it's applicable for the specific business continuity struggle, and then work that plan.
And how have you involved customers in this process?
So the customers are involved every step of the way, either just via communications, because it's gone from one end of the spectrum where they're very hands-off, they just want us to keep them updated, to where we're very reliant on their infrastructure and the provision that they provide to us in the tool suite. And in those cases, it was critical for us to be engaged with both their business and technology teams, so that we remain productive during the move and after the move, right? Because at one point we have both systems going, both the internal brick and mortar solution as well as the work from home. So their involvement in that is very critical. And then the communications that we provide to their consumers on the back end and support of them and how they communicated to their consumers was critical.
And are you seeing any trends in how customers in different industries have been impacted by the pandemic? And how have we been able to help?
So that's a really good question. So it's, we support customers around the world in many different industries. Just in general terms, those customers that are maybe consumer product based, that where we supported the sales, registration, etc. We've certainly seen a slowdown in that business, but they've had increases in other areas on their space around customer care, etc. For those technical services type clients that we provide, put those in two buckets. One, where they were providing on-site support. Given the social distancing, people are not going into other people's homes anymore. So if they have a problem with their devices, whatever, we can send a technician in there. So we have picked up that support. We're doing it remotely, helping consumers identify the problems with their devices, helping them order parts, and then once they get the parts, walking them through how to make the part change with the failed part. So from a pure outsourcing perspective, we've been fortunate in that we were ready. We were ahead of many of our competitors and providing work from home, and we ramped up quickly and providing support for our clients in support of their consumers.
It sounds like we have some cutting edge technologies that put us ahead of the curve and that are now, because of the situation, becoming in demand. Are there any other technologies or processes or tools you are looking into now as potential solutions to any hurdles experienced during the process?
The onset of 2020, we started communicating to clients the capability around augmented reality with Agent Assist. And we had started having dialogue with our e-learning team, Doug Stevens and his team, with how we could implement that for clients in their service environment. The pandemic has highlighted the need to be able to provide both on-site support, but in the event that you can't do that on-site support, leverage technology that puts a virtual person in the room with you to help you fix your devices in the event that you can't send a trained technician on site. So it's essentially leveraging the consumer's smart hands with support of our agents and putting us in there via augmented reality.
Thanks, Steve. That's all the questions I have for today. Thank you for joining us and thank you for your time. Thanks for joining us for this episode of The Thread. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast on YouTube and your preferred podcast source. We are exclusively sponsored by CGS, an applications learning and outsourcing company that supports clients' most fundamental business activities. Visit cgsinc.com for more information. I am your host, Gabriel McIntosh. Let's stay connected.